Hi, welcome to Dr. Dana's Show and Tell. I'm Dr. Dana Churchill. I'll be your host today, and we have an amazing show for you today. We have a guest who's come all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She has been on the Estonian Olympic team. She swam in the ocean with a fin like this for 18.8 miles, only using her legs, and she is an amazing environmental conservationist called an ocean ambassador. Please come in. Will be Merle Livand. Let me say her name one more time. I don't know if I messed it up. It's Merle Livand. Livand, right?
You got it.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for coming all the
Thank you
way.
for having me.
And your cause is amazing. We really need more people like you in the world. I'll let you talk in a minute. I just want to say one thing. Before I came on set, our director showed me a plastic island in the middle of the ocean that's as big as Texas. Is this true?
It's even bigger than Texas. It's basically, if we think about it, it's Texas plus France.
No way.
So
How did it get there?
well, it's because the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean have their own currents, and there are certain places to get together, and then that's where
So
the
the
plastic.
currents, and that's just everybody throwing bottles overboard?
Right, and it's not
so
only overboard; it's also everything when we're throwing out from the car windows on the streets, and then that goes down the drain, and that
Oh,
ends
like
up
those
in
little
the-
signs you say, don't dump here because it goes to the ocean? We have this in
Right.
California.
Right.
Okay.
So
okay.
it actually starts on the streets of
Ah.
any place around the world.
That one, I think we need some serious education because I mean, I know it could happen, but I'm so far inland. How could it get into the ocean?
Right,
we gotta
and it
teach
starts basically from front yard or backyard. So it's
Yeah.
like we all have to do things already inland while
Okay.
thinking about ocean.
Nice. So tell me, I'm really interested. So was this the exact fin you used
Yes.
to swim? This right here?
Yes.
It's so small. I mean, it's heavy, but
It's heavy, but it's not really easy to swim actually with that. I have done actually 3 different.
you weren't doing any,
No.
just like,
Exactly.
wow.
And the idea behind that is that all the animals are getting stuck on a plastic or fishing
Okay.
net, and they can't use their arms or fins.
Oh,
So
I see what you
the
did.
only
Okay.
way how I can get really humans to maybe
Wake up.
paying attention
Yeah.
is that I putting myself out there to be like animals. So.
Oh, that's so cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was. So what was it like? I mean, did you have a boat following you at least or something? And
I mean, you always have to have a boat because, for God forbid, something happens
Sure.
or jet ski runs over me or.
So you weren't that far from the shoreline, I guess, right? Or were you?
200 meters
Oh, wow.
about it, but
pretty
but yeah, I always have a kayak next to me
Mm-hmm.
as well to feed me because I was doing my last record. It was 9 hours and 19
How
minutes.
did you eat?
On
The
a
backstroke?
on
They
a
do-
back, kicking like this, like a seal.
Really?
Yeah, I
They
mean.
would just put bread down to your mouth
yeah,
and
and
you would
I'm
just be
not.
like, that's so cool.
Well, it's funny because I'm not allowed to touch any boat or kayak. So what happens is like they have to put on a kayak paddle and kind of head over
Really?
me, like a far away.
Oh, man.
So it's like a pizza coming towards to me, and then
Oh.
and it's like I basically coordinate everything because I'm telling like on 200 yards from here I want magnesium, for example.
Okay.
So
You knew?
because you
had
need
an
to
idea?
do yeah
Okay.
you need to take those things.
And that was to make it into the Guinness World Book of Records. You had to look at that first and find out what
there
the
was
rules
no,
were.
Yeah, there was no this kind of record, and I created that. My first one I did in Redondo Beach in
Oh,
California.
wow. Okay.
So everything starts from
Right,
California,
right, right.
and
Cool.
then because 2020 Florida experienced that there was a fish kill and ocean run out oxygen, and I was like, this is scary.
Okay.
Because we facing pandemic, but we also facing that we don't have oxygen coming out
Can you
from
talk a little bit about that? 'Cause I think
ocean.
that's what's going to really pertain to the population in general.
Right.
We were talking out in the back a little bit. So a few minutes on that would be great.
Yeah, so what happens, everybody thinks about planting a trees, that's
Right.
helps us to offset the carbon footprint, but
Okay.
we actually have to save the ocean plants because
Okay.
the ocean plants, I mean,
Seaweed you're talking about?
seaweed, seagrass, I mean, you saw the plastic island, but there is
Right.
also seagrassum island because there
Okay.
is a rapid rate the seagrass is dying.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, ocean is 73% of our Mother Earth. It's the one what actually
How much oxygen do we get from the ocean? Do you know about?
majority 70%
Okay.
basically. And if we don't save the plants, we as a society, as the humans, going to be in trouble. And you know, there is already, we know there is a problem with air pollution, and the way how we can help that quality to really improve is when we're taking care of the plants first. And when, for example, the catastrophe that happened in Florida, the oxygen levels on ocean were 0% for 12 hours.
That's not far from here.
So if it's like 0%, how, like the next thing what we know, we have to walk around with the ventilator.
So you think those people, I think it was in Huntington Beach or off there, you think those people have low oxygen because of that happened?
Also, because that oil spill is, and if you think about everything in the ocean, it goes all the way down to atmosphere, right? So it can be that you walking around other side California, and you, with the rain, that all comes down to you, all that oil and all that.
So the rain's going to go up, and so we're going to get raining oil soon. We'll be like looking at our white car, and it'll be like dark spots on it.
And it has happened different places in the world, and this is so big problem, and we just think about, oh, it's somewhere there, it's far away from the shore, it's somewhere there, but actually it starts.
We need people like you to wake them up. I mean, seriously, this is great what you're doing.
Well,
thank you.
I'm trying.
No,
I'm really trying.
To do it. 18.8 miles with this thing on your feet. I mean, this got to weigh like 20 pounds. I'm serious. I would just sink with this thing. This is amazing. Yeah,
but you know what? That's why I do a record, so nobody can really go and beat that. I mean, 3 guys already tried and they failed.
Really?
So
cool.
So
excellent.
I keep
Thank
going.
you. All right. Well, pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you're doing. Appreciate it.
Thank you.